Well, hello, dear listeners, and welcome back to the Reforming Nerddom podcast. I am your host, Jordan Cecile, and I am joined today, not as always, but very happy to be joined by the one and only Ben Jammin, a.k.a. Ben of the Cloth, a.k.a. Headmaster Ben Emery. Ben. And you know what? Before I ask you how you are, we're in studio.
Oh.
We're in studio. So, Ben, welcome. How are you? How does it feel to be recording in studio?
Surreal.
I know.
Can't even believe it. It's cold, but it feels great.
Yeah, we are recording in my office, which is, I think, a pretty good setup. It's just, it's still cold up in here in Canada, and I have the heat turned off out in my garage because it raised my hydro bill by about $300 to $400 to heat this silly garage. So until I figure out a better way of doing that, I have not actually been out here. So it is a little bit chilly, but it's fine. We're here. We're in person doing radio. Very excited.
It's on like Donkey Kong.
You know what it is. Well, Ben. So, Ben, it's been a little bit. Why don't you give our and listeners, we do apologize. It's been a few weeks since we've been able to release an episode. Nate and I and Ben have all just unfortunately been super busy. So until you all start paying us more money so we can do this more regularly, we just unfortunately were not able to get an episode out the last few weeks. So we thank you for your continued patience and your support if you are listening. So, Ben, what have you been up to lately other than shaping and molding the hearts and minds of the youth of our church?
Yeah. I feel like someone said that about Socrates once, and he had to drink some hemlock. So keep that on the down low.
Yeah.
What have I been up to? It's been kind of all school all the time, but one of the great things about being part of a school and teaching and headmastering is you get to read a fair bit. So literally just today, my grade 5-6 literature class that I've been teaching, we just finished Robin Hood, which has been super fun. Love Robin Hood. Like
original Robin Hood, kids version Robin Hood?
So there is really no such thing as original Robin Hood. Robin Hood's one of those, any book you pick up that is Tales of Robin Hood is a mishmash of old ballads and poems and oral traditions that have been passed down for hundreds of years. There is no like original book of Robin Hood. So all the Robin Hood books are kind of modern retellings of all of those different plays and stories and ballads and whatnot. So this one's Roger Lancelin Green, which he's famously one of the Inklings as well, along with Lewis and Tolkien.
How many were in the Inklings?
I don't know, to be honest. Okay. I'm not sure I know that number, but he was a pal of old Lewis and Tolkien, and he has some great. He did a great version of Robin Hood, of King Arthur. A lot of really great children's literature. He some good I say modern, they're 100 years old now, but so that's what we just finished today, Robin Hood, and we're actually going to be starting Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe when we get back to it next week, so that'll be fun as well. I'm also reading the Iliad right now to get prepped to teach one of the older classes next year, so that's been fun, just with like the Odyssey movie coming out and stuff like that. So and then also finished a bunch of us at church have been reading we were just talking about it and you just told me the name of it.
James Islington's Licanius Trilogy, book 1 being The Shadow of What Was Lost.
Shadow of What Was Lost, that's what it is. Yeah, so finished that. I audioed that one. I haven't started number 2 yet, but I do have it. It's like in my Audible hopper ready to go. So
yeah, me and Mel are about halfway through. Number 2. I almost, and listeners, Mel's not on social media really, so you can't hound her, but I almost had her recording last week because it was...
Oh, that didn't happen?
No, because it sucked, because I know we were wanting to last week. You and Nate were both busy, and I was like, Mel, I really want to get an episode out. Can you just do me a solid? Can you do me a solid and do the thing that you said you would never do? And she had agreed to do it, and she was like, even in her mind, she was getting ready for it. and then I forget, something happened. Oh, what was it? Something came up, and then it just completely ruined our time slot that we had to do it, so we couldn't. But we were going to talk about it because we're reading through it together, and we were wanting to talk about what is it like. First off, I wanted to interview Mel a little bit, and I wanted to ask her what is it like being married to a nerd, because she is actually more nerdy than most women that we know, I think, even though she's not like a super nerd.
Yeah.
There's some friends of the show, cough, cough, Courtney, who is, I think, maybe nerdier than us in some ways.
I would say almost certainly.
And yeah, she's you know who you are, Courtney, and Mel's not quite there, but she's like decently nerdy. She like gets into Marvel movies.
She's keeping up with
sci-fi.
a lot of the stuff that you're into.
She
and
reads the
reading
books that I recommend, and then she ends up having to acknowledge that I actually make pretty good book recommendations. She does not want to admit that, but she keeps reading them and liking them. I mean, she crushed through, oh my word, Stormlight she read through all 5 of those twice in like a year and a half.
I didn't even finish Stormlight.
And she has adored Licanius Trilogy, which is, I'd be curious right now, before we even get to listeners, we just kind of have a few random things that we want to talk about. But Ben, I'm curious, you read through a little bit later than everybody, Will of the Many, and then Strength of the Few.
Yeah.
You have now read book 1 of Licanius. How would you compare Licanius, without going into spoilers? How do you like it compared to the Hierarchy?
Honestly, I think I like it better. I just like the setting is huge for me, where I'm just not into the like Harry Potter. We're at the boarding school learning about our magical powers kind of thing going on.
That old
with
well-run trope
with Will of the Many.
Yeah.
Will of the Many, it was just like Harry Potter wrapped up in Maze Runner, wrapped up in it was just like a YA like mishmash of every I don't know. It didn't do it for me.
Although,
I didn't think it was terrible.
Yeah.
It wasn't my jam, I guess.
You definitely seemed to like it the least of anybody who I know who has read it recently.
Yeah.
Because there's probably a dozen of us who are reading through books together.
Yeah.
And even though Licanius briefly does have a little bit of the school setting, very briefly. And it's like
for like a minute.
It like
yeah.
And it kind of comes up throughout the story, but it's not like a central trope throughout the whole book.
I was very scared when I popped that thing on.
It's like, what is with this guy in schools? Yeah, no, I actually really, I agree. And so listeners, if you did not go and read Will of the Many after our many conversations of it and Strength of the Few, this is a little bit more of a traditional fantasy book. And like on the front cover, it even says, for fans of Robert Jordan, Wheel of Time, and Brandon Sanderson, this will be your jam. Like,
and that's true. And that is true. It is more just your typical like hero's journey fantasy.
Yeah. And it's good
adventure.
I have found, even in the first book, so Chris, friend of the show, Christopher Pooty Pooterson, he said,
as he's known.
Yes, as you know, he's not Elder P. He is Christopher Pooty Pooterson. But
Pooty McPootface, as those who are close to him.
I like that. Listeners, call him that next time you see him. You heard it here first. But he was saying the problem that he had with Licanius in comparison to Will of the Many is his writing got a lot better, which clearly I think yes, his writing got better.
When you do a thing a lot, you get better at it.
And so it's like I even noticed the big difference, which is interesting that the editor didn't really polish it up, but I found there's a difference between the beginning and the end of the first book, which is just interesting that it wasn't polished more, because there were times in the beginning of the first book that it just felt like how he described things he would have described it better in fewer words in Will of the Many. And now even in book 2, I'm not even thinking about his writing. I'm just like in. And
I mean, and that's not, because that's his first.
That was his first
published book, right? So I mean, he's probably working on a deadline. He's probably got a publisher, on his back, wanting the manuscript, wanting this, wanting that. So it's not surprising.
Well, the interesting thing with his story as well is he wrote the book. I don't know if he finished the whole book or if he had most of it, but he somehow got what is his name? Patrick Rothfuss, who is the author of In the Name of the Wind.
Oh, okay.
Which I don't know if you've read that, but
I haven't.
I mean, incredible writer. But talk about he's the guy we've talked about before, where like his wokeism is literally preventing him from finishing the story.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so that's Patrick Rothfuss, but somehow James. Oh darn it! I always mess this up. Islington. I think it is Islington.
I don't know. When I read Will of the Many, the guy said Islington, and then when I read the next one, it said Islington.
Yeah.
So I assume they figured out what his name was and changed it.
I think. Anyways, he somehow reached out to Patrick Rothfuss, and Patrick Rothfuss for free gave him constructive criticism, like feedback on the book. And so for that being his very first book, pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Like that man can weave together stuff where it's like he still is saying things where it's like I'm pretty sure you're gonna answer this and there's gonna be payoff for it. Yep. And there has been. But man, the number of name drops and references and things where it's like, should I know this? And it's like, no, you don't. And I mean, I don't really want to give away why some of those things are confusing because that kind of gets into spoilers for the book. But anyways, really good. Book 2, as good or better. Like there's no sophomore slump in this.
Yep.
It's great.
Good.
And I'm doing a mix of physical book, audiobook, and they have the guy who did all of Sanderson's Stormlight and most of Mistborn and tons of the Cosmere.
Yeah, that was weird. So I was like, oh, so this is like Kaladin, and this is Dalinar. I was like, no, wait, that's not Dalinar.
Yeah.
So a guy can only have so many voices, so that actually did throw me off a couple times where I was like, oh, Stormfather?
Yeah,
no.
Michael Kramer. Michael Kramer is...
he's great. I'm not complaining at all. He's fantastic.
But it really did just feel like you were reading another Stormlight book.
Yeah.
It felt so familiar, and he's so good. But so that's good. Are you going to start book 2 soon?
Eventually. I've got I've got a bunch of books. Like I say, I'm like halfway through the Iliad. I'm reading a book on the Hudson Bay origins of the Hudson Bay Company.
Oh, that actually be good.
Which is really fascinating.
Is it just like a history, or is it like historical fiction?
No, it's like a history proper. It's by a guy. He's like pretty liberal and woke. But I mean, the book was published in late 1990s. So he's like a 1990s liberal, which is like a 2026 flaming conservative.
Oh, yeah.
So it's not terrible, and he's a like a reporter by trade.
What led you to read this?
Also just prepping for going to be teaching some like Canadian kind of humanities stuff through Canadian history, geography, whatnot. So, I mean, the Hudson Bay Company literally invented Canada, essentially. So,
is it good?
Yeah, it's great.
Like good, well written.
Yeah, it's very good. Yeah,
because I actually have been kind of itching for a good history book. It's been probably since I got back into reading fiction. I haven't read as much nonfiction.
Yeah,
and there was a period there where I was reading a history book like a month.
Yeah.
I just loved. So yeah, I mean, maybe I'll look into that.
Yeah,
because I'm kind of looking forward to something like that. Any other nerdy stuff that you've been?
I mean,
doing?
Still dabbling in the SWU as we have, and not as much as we would like, of course. But
well, and because we're in person, I'm going to throw. I'm going to throw
nice
a pack.
Catch.
Ben Jammin brought each of us a pack of SWU, aka Star Wars Unlimited cards for the new drop. So we do have some people, Devin and Nate. I'm talking to you guys.
Yeah. So I've been working for ever since I started with SWU a year and like 2 years ago, trying to get my brother into it. Finally,
nice.
I did it. He's probably in a very short amount of time outpacing me now. So
I have a pile
listeners
of,
just
shoot. I missed it.
Listen. Just the greatest sound.
There it is. The sound of a wonderful pack of cards being ripped open. I have not been following. Man, I actually have some pretty cool looking cards here. This is like the alternate styles with like the ones that don't really have the black border.
Yeah,
got
the
a couple
borderless ones.
Yeah, I got a couple
hyperspace.
of these. I don't know if I've really had any of these. All right, so my best card, what did I get here? So a rare Citadel Research Center.
Cool. Means nothing to me.
Yep. And
at
then
I got a sweet ghost as my rare.
Yeah, I did not get a bunch of
I
commons.
got a Hera leader and a ghost ship, which is pretty sweet.
Just got a bunch of commons. Yeah, I have piles of these cards on my nightstand or my dresser in our room,
just waiting to be.
And I've been saying like, oh yeah, I'm gonna build my decks, and it's. I mean, we had a night here at my place. Oh. Wait, was my house more recently than your place? Or was your
mine
place?
was more recent. Because we did the draft night here, and then we did a kind of regular bring your own deck night.
Yeah,
or maybe I'm wrong. Was it the other way around? Maybe it was the other way. I can't remember.
No, because Nate, friend of the show, listeners, he's been on the show a couple times talking video game stuff. I think that the first time he came was here.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
and then we did it at your house, but we are definitely in need of another night, and I don't know when I'm going to be able to do deck building, but
we'll bring you a deck. We'll bring you a deck,
because that's the thing. Like, just the amount of time that goes into like really giving it thought, and the problem is, anybody who's listening who is familiar with tabletop card games, you often are wanting to build a deck and then realize you're missing a whole bunch of cards that really make your deck
pop,
shine.
Yeah.
And so anyways, I will look at these cards a little bit later because I have a few that I go, oh, that's a cool looking card too. Anywho, all right. Well, so listeners, if you are not playing Star Wars Unlimited, they're still making cards.
It still
has like they've still got plans, which is great. So it's
this set that just came out is actually a bit of a reset because they what do you call it? They enacted like a rotation, so the first 3 sets are actually now no good for limited play, for like competitive play. You can now only use the most recent 4.
Does that include
a bit of a reset?
Bases and leaders and everything?
Everything. Yeah.
Okay. Where does it say on the bottom of these cards, like where,
like what set it's in?
Yeah.
Bottom right corner. It's got a little 3-letter acronym for the set.
Okay. And this one is Lawless Time.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Okay. All right. Well, we'll have to get to that eventually, Ben Jammin and Devin and Nate, please.
And Nate.
Okay. Yeah. Listeners, would you believe it? Would you believe it if I were to tell you that I have never seen Nate play this game, and I don't know if I trust him.
I've never seen Nate and Star Wars Unlimited in the same room together.
No, not once. So I don't know if he actually has any. You know, I don't know if he has. I have yet to even play with him. And oh, cool. That's actually a pod. You know what? This it's a pod racer ground unit. Have you seen the new pod racer game? The Star Wars game that's coming out.
I heard. I haven't seen.
What is it? It's the.
I mean, that old N64 one.
Glorious.
Was just such a good game.
I don't even know if you can get it on modern stuff. You probably can. You probably just stream it on a browser or something at this point.
The old N64 one. Yeah, I mean, you can just like ROM it.
Pod Racer new game. What is it called? It's something Galactic Racer.
I mean, that whole concept has just been dying to be a new game for a long time.
And I believe the studio who is from Fuse Games, Secret Mode, I'm wondering what else. I feel like they've made some other big racing games, but it looks good.
Yeah.
It looks really, really good. I'm not really a racing game guy.
I'm not a serious racing game guy.
Yeah,
I'm more a like pod racing and Mario Kart kind of racing guy.
Okay, you know what? That brings up a good conversation. What is a racing game? Because Mario Kart, I play that pretty much like 4 days a week now.
But like,
with the kids.
Do I care about like when I should pit and what tires I should put on my car? And no,
but this is the type of game where it's like I could get into this. I don't know if I would pay full price for it, to be honest.
Yeah, that's one of those Black Friday.
Yeah, like
games.
$90 for this seems a lot. But I mean, Mario Kart. It is the new Mario Kart World, which we have, but it came with the Switch when we bought it. $110.
Wild.
$110 for the new Mario Kart. Yeah. And I picked up. I hadn't bought a game in a while, and I thought maybe the kids would be into it. And I bought Mario Tennis, and that was $90. which was just crazy. And after I bought it, now all the kids just want to play Mario Kart again. It's like, you little turds. Because it's a little bit harder. Like there's more going on, but it's Mario Kart's been, I'm still dominating them, which is just tons of fun. But Alice is like pretty good.
Surprisingly
and Claire
good.
is getting a lot better as well. Haddon still literally does nothing and still somehow gets in because like auto steering, auto use item, auto accelerate, and he still sometimes gets in the top 10 and he thinks he's doing something, and it's like he's literally holding the controller as it goes forward and just does it. It's hilarious, but he's having a lot of fun doing that. So that's actually just talking about like nerdy stuff for me over the last little bit. It's like, we've been playing a good amount of Mario Kart with the kids. Like they've been having a lot of fun with it.
Nice.
And so there's been a couple nights where Mel's had to go out, or, a Saturday instead of watching a show, we'll do that. And actually we got our kids playing. It was because when Mel and I were at your guys' house with you and your wife, and we were playing cards, your kids are playing Stardew Valley.
Oh yeah.
And so then I came home and I bought Stardew Valley because it was like $10 or something like that. And the kids just loved it. Now they're still trying to wrap their head around all the things they have to do, and not just walk around. There can be a lot,
but now they're like it can be, one of the great things about it is it can be as simple or as complicated as you want to make it.
Yeah,
more or less. Like
you could just keep going to bed. And
sure.
Just, right. And just
if you just want to like grow some crops and be a farmer, great. If you want to do all the million other things, you can do that too.
Yeah.
So that's a super fun game. That's a game I'll actually sit down and play with the kids every once in a while. And
and you don't need a big gaming PC or anything. Like you can play that on.
Like all we have is our PS4 still. So
yeah. So no, that's fun. Well, listeners, we have a few things that we want to talk about. We just got some random stuff. There's been some things in the news. Some things that have been coming up, and this is going to be a little bit of a cross section between nerdy stuff and sports. So we're going to nerd out about sports a little bit. We got a couple other more specific nerd related things, but Ben Jammin and I were big baseball fans. We just had our fantasy baseball draft.
Oh, speaking of, did you get the AI rankings?
No. Did you?
No.
Yeah, they didn't send anything. So I actually I went and I forgot to send it to everybody. So I took a screenshot of everybody's team and I popped it into ChatGPT myself, and it gave me an output. I just have to send it to everybody because that's all it does.
So let's reveal it right now. What do we got?
Oh, wow.
I need to know where I stand.
I
felt pretty good about my draft. Like I did not feel good about my draft last year.
All right, we're doing this live. Where is it? It's funny going through.
I felt pretty good about my draft until opening day.
It's funny going through. I feel like I could do an episode of going through my ChatGPT prompts. So the Inklings membership size. I tried to put together a list of banned nerdy phrases that will now be illegal in Canada, that Bill C9 is going to be passed. Improving an email for clarity, email. I do that a lot. Okay, where is it? It's got to be here. Just 1 second. Podcast episode. No.
Can you just ask ChatGPT to find something in your ChatGPT?
Sometimes it is. So that was Tuesday. What night was our draft?
Sunday.
Okay. So it's probably down here. Okay. It's got to be right around
This is
here.
riveting live radio.
No, I'm pretty sure I have it. Because yes, we did have.
Right. Really, all we need to know is where am I, where are you, and where is Nate?
Yeah. So I am Two Seam Towers. So our league name is the Lord of the Swings, obviously.
Classic.
I am Two Seam Towers. Ben is, you are, where are you?
What's on second breakfast?
What's on second breakfast? And then Nate is DeGromdolph the Grays, which I think all of those names. So here, just even some of the other names. We have Soto Baggins. We have Sauron Judge, another good one. And then Sean didn't even try. He's Akuna Matata, which good fantasy name, but not fitting for our league. And then somebody else was Return of the Swing, which I feel like they should probably be cut for doing that.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jake. Green Dragons, one pitch to rule them all, a little bit better. And then John Zoomers doesn't, no. Rohan Ringers, not bad. Battle of Balls Deep.
Double entendre
Josiah
there.
for the win. Okay, now real quick. So two-seam tower is me. I got an A minus.
Okay. Oh, it like ranked us like a report card. Okay.
It gave out of 100, and I had it redo it and do it as an actual grade. So I got an A minus, and it says, this is a very grown man draft. Aaron.
Mr. Commissioner of the league getting the first overall pick.
I wouldn't have picked number one.
Unbelievable.
Not when a snake draft, because it's like you pick one and then 25. I never would have done that. Anyways, Aaron Judge gives you instant intimidation. Jazz Chisholm brings chaos.
You're just going all Yankees, eh?
Which, as somebody who hates the Yankees, this is just brutal. But I had to. And then Duran adds juice, and Pasquantino.
Oh, the Pasquatch.
Feels like the kind of pick made by someone who actually reads. Thank you. The pitching staff is steady, useful, and not trying too hard to be clever. This team may not be the flashiest in the league, but it is strong, quietly beats you by 40 while you were still feeling good on Wednesday energy. Yeah, it does. The only real knock is that it could use one more truly dominant arm, but overall, this is the fantasy version of a contractor who shows up on time, owns 4 clipboards, and ruins your season. That is me with an A minus, the two-seam towers. All right, so then Ben, you were what's on second breakfast? You got an A.
Yes.
Which I think A was the highest. There was no A pluses. There was, I think, two A's.
All right, who do I have to look out for?
So you were okay. This might be the cleanest draft in the league. Paul Skeens gives you a swagger, except for
opening day.
Right away, Schwarber and Manny, that's good. Bring star power. Christian Walker and the rest of the bats fill in nicely. And the pitching depth.
They mentioned Christian Walker. He was my 20th pick.
There you go. All right. And the pitching depth is quietly very good. Even the relief core looks smart. There are no weird reaches, no obvious panic picks, and no he must know something I don't moments. It's just a very strong, very balanced roster built by someone who probably printed spreadsheets and removed joy from the room. Extremely annoying, extremely good.
I am nothing if not annoying.
Yeah. Especially with this. And then the one and only Nate, who we question whether he has actually played Star Wars Unlimited, DeGromdolph, DeGrazed. Julio Rodriguez and Trey Turner is a beautiful foundation, and James Wood plus Jackson Merrill gives the team serious young star juice. Garrett Crochet. Is it Crochet or Crochette? I always forget.
Crochet.
All
Francais.
Okay. Could be a hammer, and he's really good.
He is very good.
And the overall roster has a lot of upside without completely losing structure.
The Red Sox in general scare me a little this year as a Jays fan.
Toronto, man, and the Yankees.
Yeah.
They would.
I mean, the Yankees always scare me. I mean, the Red Sox have been kind of terrible for a couple years. They scare me this year.
This is one of the more fun drafts in the league because it feels both smart and a little unhinged, which is usually where the magic happens. There is some volatility here, but it's the kind that wins leagues if it breaks right. Gandalf absolutely cooked, and for once, he did not arrive precisely when he meant to.
Oh, it even got the reference.
He arrived early and took all the upside, so Nate was also an A minus. The other A is who one pitch to rule them all.
I don't remember who that is.
I cannot remember who that is either. So
who's can we shame whoever got the worst rating?
Yeah, we can. Who is, so what do we got here? We have a B plus, B plus, B minus, B minus. The B minuses go to John and Josh.
Good job, guys.
John Zoomers and Rohan.
I feel like ChatGPT is being too nice. If the worst grade is a B minus.
I know. I thought so as well. But anyways, for those listeners, if you're not a baseball or fantasy fan, well, you're going to love our next topic because we're continuing talking about baseball because it is the season has just started.
But it's super tech related.
It is. And that's why I feel okay talking about it, because it is an intersection of technology and sports, which is something that is quite controversial, I think, in baseball.
It's anything rule related in baseball is pretty controversial.
It's we're talking about America's game, and they introduced finally in baseball the Angel Hernandez, correction system, or Angel Hernandez, however you pronounce it.
We've got to make that fit the ABS acronym
Yes,
somehow.
Angel Hernandez. But yep, I don't got it.
Bad at strikes system,
This was made, funny enough, for him,
more or less,
to correct him because he was the worst.
And then he retired.
Yes,
as soon as they announced it.
Coincidence? I don't know. So, listeners,
if you believe in such things,
if you do not know what the ABS system is, I'm actually, now as I'm like about to say it, I forget what the actual acronym is. It is the Automated Ball and Strike Challenge System in the MLB. And essentially what it is a tool that players can appeal to whether or not a ball or a strike is correct. The ump makes the call. The player or the pitcher, the catcher, or the hitter can all touch their head and appeal to the system, which is a whole bunch of very advanced cameras and sensors and stuff to determine whether a pitch was, in fact, a ball or a strike. And in a game...
Which they've been doing forever in tennis. It's the exact
tennis,
same...
volleyball.
Yeah.
It's like anything where it's checking the line in or out. I mean, they've been tracking this to a degree in baseball for years.
Yeah, totally.
Just maybe not with the...
Yeah, they've been doing the like umpire grading,
yes.
All that kind of stuff for a long time. Like it's even become so... When I showed my kids some old baseball footage on YouTube a while back, and they were just like, where's this square on the screen that shows the strike zone?
Yep.
Like, well, that's not actually there, guys. Like that's...
Well, it's like the mind trip when you realize even watching a hockey game, all those ads aren't actually what they're seeing live.
Yeah.
You know, it messes with you. Or even the line in football.
Yeah,
right.
like
the yardage line,
first down line. Yeah.
But so this is something they've been testing, I think, for the last at least couple years down in the minors.
Yep.
And they, I guess, feel that
it's gone swimmingly.
I think umpires absolutely hate their lives. Many of
the
them.
bad ones.
Well, did you see the video of the first ever woman professional umpire in the MLB? I sure did. And lo and behold, the very first pitch of the game, almost perfectly down the middle, maybe an inch high, but like high from center of the strike zone.
Yeah, center cut.
She called it a ball. Guy appeals, obviously a strike, like center down the middle of the strike zone, and not a good look for lady umpires.
Yes.
And now maybe
breaking through that glass ceiling, ladies.
Probably a lot of nerves, but it's like that is not a good look, especially with this ABS system, because it is definitely going to be interesting this year.
Did you watch any of like opening day? Or...
I did. I watched a little bit of the.
I watched a little of the Yankees game last night.
And Aaron Judge did not call a few that I thought he would have won.
Yeah.
If he did, and because it makes me wonder now if we're gonna start seeing players not use it, even because like are they purists?
Well, I don't think so. No, I mean. So here's what I like about it is I think it does strike a pretty good balance, because I'm actually not necessarily for 100% robot umpire, robot, like everything officiating wise. I think it strikes a pretty good balance of like you get a few challenges. And so what this does is it corrects the just ridiculously egregious calls that no one should get wrong. But if it's super close, you're probably not going to use it. The only time you're going to use it if it's super close is if it's right at the end of the game and it really, really matters, which is also when you want it to be 100% accurate.
Yeah.
So I think they actually struck a good balance on accuracy, but also like keeping some human element, keeping the pace and flow of the game. We're not pausing every single pitch to look at the camera and look at the robot ump. And so I like it.
Yeah, I think if any ump cares about the sport, I think they have to think of it as one, just like keeping them accountable, which there've been, like, there's a Twitter account, I forget what it's called, I do follow it, but they actually grade the ump after every game, and then at the end of the year, I mean, that determines who actually gets to ump in the World Series and in the playoffs, is the umps that have a good like accuracy percentage. So for those who, like, it makes me think of that poor guy who was the Detroit pitcher who had the perfect game ruined by the ump.
Oh, Galarraga.
And that ump, I'm pretty certain, would love to have been able to go back and had the ability to reverse it, because he knew right away when he made that call that it was the wrong call, and he would have changed it if he could have.
Yeah.
And so, for some of these umps, especially in these pressure moments. So even good example was in the World Baseball Classic, which I don't know if you watched any of that.
I watched a bit.
Good baseball.
It was great. It was
great
fun.
Environment. It was the game of the U.S. against the Dominican Republic.
Yeah. And
the Dominican Republic, I think, justifiably were upset because the last strike of the game was a bad call. And so it's just like
that's
to
it.
End
like
the game in that moment.
Yeah.
Like that's
and
where
that's what I mean. It's like the either the like wildly egregious call, or the call that matters so much that it like that one call affects the outcome of the game. You've got to get it right.
Yeah. And you didn't. And so I think it's good. It'll be interesting. And I like how you have two, but you have two but you don't lose it unless you get it wrong.
Yes.
So if you call for the review and you it was wrong, then you actually lose it, and then you only have two, and then I think in extra innings you maybe get another one back.
I think you do after the ninth.
Yeah. But like generally speaking, so far, I mean, it took like what inning was it? It was past the fourth or fifth inning or something in the Yankees game.
It was
the
a while.
First one, so it's not like it was just immediate.
No,
go.
I don't think we're gonna see people use it a ton in the early innings. I think it's gonna be mostly a late inning thing, or like I say, if it's just so ridiculously obvious that
and that's where it's like. I don't love the review system in baseball in those times where, the spirit of the rule.
Like the pop-up slide.
Yes.
I hate
and it's
that
like your
so
foot
much.
comes up. It's like you're safe. Like
I couldn't agree more. I think that just kills base running. Yeah.
And then it's like the guy pops up by sometimes like a hair's
quarter
width,
of an inch,
and it's just like, really, we're gonna call him out because the glove was. It's just that kind of stuff I don't like. But generally speaking, I think it's good. I think we'll find out. I mean, I feel like we're at a point now, and with baseball, that they need to reevaluate the runner at second in extra innings.
Oh,
that is the most offensive. I don't like shootouts in hockey.
I would rather a tie.
I hate shootouts in hockey, but it's like, whatever. You're gonna do it. It's at least like fun to watch it.
Yes.
It is egregious.
Like I would rather do the hockey shootout and like, can we just have a home run derby or something? Because this is retarded.
Yes, because it just is like such a fundamental change of the game to like put a guy out on second. I loathe that decision. And I mean, they're like, oh, baseball's faster. It's like, yes, pitch clock, great idea.
Yes,
because a lot of those guys in the box, like Nomar Garciaparra would have struck out every single time because he took so long in there. And so, you fix that. You have pitchers who can't just sit up there and just constantly call off pitches and like for 40 seconds.
It took people a week to figure it out.
Yes.
Like it was no big deal.
No. And so pitch clock, fine.
Yeah.
Speeding up the game. Because like games are definitely quicker now.
Oh yeah.
Like especially, and I don't mind the minimum pitchers thing because it got a little crazy there where it's like you were
new pitcher every batter. I'm totally fine with that rule.
Yeah.
What other rules have they?
I mean, they did like bigger bags.
Bags.
I don't know if I've noticed a difference.
And I don't remember
there.
what I don't know if it was the justification. Was it a safety thing, or was it? Or were they trying to increase were they trying to increase stolen bases? I can't remember. Yeah. There actually, if anything, has been a decrease in stolen bases recently, but that's mostly just because of like the 3 true outcome ideology of most baseball teams, which is like, we're just trying to hit a dinger. So I actually rather you not get caught stealing second. Yeah. But that is even starting to shift with like the amount of press and like positive press and coverage the Jays got in their playoff run. of like these guys just hit to contact. They never strike out. They're always guys on the base paths. They were just singing their praises. I hope that is a bit of a shift in the 3 true outcome kind of.
Isn't it incredible? And this is just me gonna go on a tangent for a second about it as a Blue Jays fan. For years, since 2016 was where they had that like big push.
Yeah.
They had like
15, 16, yep.
and
it was their 2 runs.
So they had those 2 years there.
Eddie, Batista,
and like
Tulo.
From then until pretty much this last season, they have this hitting coach.
Oh.
And fans have been asking for literally
begging
8 years, who is this guy? And why do they keep having him? Because they just kept going up there swinging for the fences and it just never worked.
Yeah.
They finally fired him. And then this last season, they go to the World Series and are 2 outs away from winning a World Series.
They're not 2 outs away. They were a half an inch on that slide to home plate.
Oh, and that stupid ball, like 1 in a million times, or not a million,
under
but
the
like
fence,
getting stuck there. Like, are you? Anyways, we have,
and I digress.
It's we have another year of baseball to look forward to.
Opening night tomorrow night for the Blue Jays.
Yes. So we are looking forward to that. But where was my, was that all I was tangenting about?
Just
and then so now
coach.
all of a sudden they're one of like the best hitting teams doing the thing.
It's just a philosophy change. No personnel change. It's the same team, the same guys.
And like we've just been saying it for years. Can you guys just get a single when you have a guy on third?
I know.
And like they did. And then they go to the World Series and surprise anyways, it's I think it'll be good. I think
it's certainly more watchable.
Yes.
Then guys just either strike out, walk, or hit a dinger.
Yes.
Every time.
No, I find baseball right now is really interesting. There's great.
There's some good young stars in the game now.
Yeah, great pitchers that are fun. Like you got Scooble and Skeen, and even like we were saying, Crochet. Like there's great pitching. You got guys throwing 105 miles an hour. That Miller guy, I think he can hit 106.
Yeah, he was crazy in the
which is
World
nuts.
Baseball Classic. Yeah,
like I actually thought I heard somebody say that was like a physical impossibility to get over. Like it was like something. But yet this guy, what is his arm going to be like? I don't know. But 106 miles an hour is literally unheard of.
Yeah, and I don't know how like Aroldis Chapman is like 100 years old
and he's still
throwing triple digits.
I know. He kind of dipped a bit.
He did, yeah.
And then he's worked his way back up, and like that's nasty, especially when you have a guy like Chapman
coming from the left side
and can throw like an 80-something mile an hour slider.
Yeah,
where it's like if you're pretty much you're picking.
Yeah, you're picking it before it comes out of his hand,
which is exactly why Houston absolutely cheated.
Yeah.
Because there's no way that little Altuve was waiting for that pitch at that time and just happened to be sitting on that.
I think that's a pretty well acknowledged fact at this point.
Yeah,
no. I don't think anybody's denying that.
But I mean, like the cheating in that, and then the fact that nothing happened, like that to me is like the egregious thing. It's like strip the ring, just strip it. Like you don't have it. Yeah. Your organization gets you sit out a year.
Like, what did they lose like a couple first round draft picks or
and
something?
Their coach got fired.
Yeah.
Who's now coaching for?
Who just moved?
Detroit. He didn't even get. Is he not? Is he?
Was it Osmus at the time? No, it wasn't Osmus. Who was it? Well, and Cora was there at the time.
Cora was there, and now
he was their like bench coach or something.
He's
right?
in Boston now, and
who was their coach? Why am I blanking on that?
I think it is the Tigers' head coach now. AJ Hinch.
Oh, Hinch. Yeah.
AJ Hinch. Yeah. Which I mean, I like the Tigers. Like if I'm not cheering for the Jays, I'm cheering for the Tigers. So I don't.
We're going to a Tigers game in May. Jays.
That is true. That's like a little over a month away. That's right. Yeah. I am looking forward to that. Yeah, that'll be good. All right. Well, any other thoughts on ABS?
No, I don't think so. No. Other than I'm excited to sit down and watch a full Blue Jays baseball game and see how it just kind of works in the flow of a full real game.
Yeah.
I mean, spring training's one thing.
Yeah, because they didn't have. I think they were like under 500 or I guess talking to Jay specifically.
Oh yeah,
they
I
didn't
mean,
have
I couldn't care less about spring training. They
Yeah.
half their team wasn't there because of the World Baseball
Yeah.
Classic and
Yeah.
lots of reasons.
Yeah. Well, let's pivot a little bit. I mean,
Yep.
how much? Yeah, we got a little bit of time here. Two things that I wanted your thoughts specifically on, Ben Jammin.
Please.
First being, there is a new, and we've known about this for a little bit, but I just saw it because it's coming up pretty soon. There's going to be a new Darth Maul animated TV show on Disney Plus. I think it's
either out or coming out very soon.
I think it is coming out April 6th.
Shadow Lord? Is that what it is?
It is called Shadow Lord. Yes, it is coming out on April 6th. I don't know how many episodes. What is it?
So I don't know anything about it other than that I saw the teaser trailer a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
And it looks really cool.
Man,
the animation is really good. The Maul is clearly one of the best things that came out of the prequel trilogy, if not the best. Yeah. And then as he came out of the prequel trilogy with like, oh, that was a cool devilly looking guy with a double-edged light sword, right? Like he was a nothing character in the actual movie, but then moved over into animation and was just the best. Like he was just such a cool character.
Is it spoilers to talk about how he was not cut in half and he's still around?
Well, he was cut in half.
Okay, but he was, but like why he no longer is,
I mean, if it's a spoiler, it's a 25-year-old spoiler.
I actually don't know, so go nuts. Like if statute of limitations is out, I actually don't. I've seen him in, or I've heard that he's been in other things, but I actually don't know how he survived that.
Yeah, so he comes back in Clone Wars first, and again, I have not actually seen all of the Clone Wars, so this I'm just going off of basic knowledge of what happened.
Okay.
I think it's Palpatine that finds him and gives him this weird like robotic spider leg thing, and trains him up, but then he kind of turns on Palpatine, and so Maul becomes this. He's like out for Maul. He's neither Jedi he's not out for the Jedi or for the Sith. He just like wants revenge on Palpatine, and he goes after him. Palpatine ends up killing his brother. He ends up getting new legs that are like actual legs instead of this weird monstrosity of a spider leg thing. And then he comes back in Rebels as kind of like an old man Maul, and he tries to, I guess, convert Ezra Bridger, and tries to kind of bring him onto his side. And he's just a really cool, like, gray kind of figure where he's clearly bad. He's always bad, but he's never, but like after he is no longer a Sith, he's just more of a like, I'm bad because I'm bad, not because I'm a Sith bad.
Well, it even shows right here. So like as I'm looking at the details, it's coming out on April 6th. So we got a couple weeks, 10 episodes in the first season, set during the early Imperial era, or the Dark Times, approximately 1 year after the events of the Clone Wars and Order 66. And the main plot is the story follows Maul as he attempts to rebuild his criminal syndicate. Yeah,
so that's the other thing is, right, did you watch the Han, the Solo movie?
Yes.
Right, so
I don't remember it much at all, but
right,
yes.
So that's like the end scene is Maul pops up.
Oh.
Right, because he's the crime lord that she works for.
Darn, so I gotta go watch that again.
Yeah.
Actually, interesting.
Yeah, so that's he's like always been a like underworld crime.
Okay.
After he got out from the Sith, he became this like underworld crime lord guy.
Oh, okay.
And he's just, he's everything he's been in, he steals the show.
And this looks dope.
Yeah,
like
it looks really good.
This animation for this show looks fantastic. It really looks awesome. So I'm really looking forward to it. I honestly forgot it was coming out.
Yeah, me too.
I saw it like 6 months ago when they announced it.
And I don't know anything about like who wrote it, who's
Well,
who's like show running it. I don't know anything about it.
It is
so.
the
I mean, Kathleen Kennedy's gone, so
she is.
that's a bonus.
Rejoice. It was created by Dave Filoni.
Okay. I mean, Maul, right? Filoni obviously wasn't around for episode 1, but every other iteration of Maul since then has pretty much been Filoni.
Okay. And then developed alongside head writer Matt McNevets and supervising director Brad Raw.
Who voices Maul? Is it
Sam Witwer?
Sam Witwer? Yeah. So he's done all of the animated Maul been Sam Witwer.
Did you know Sam Witwer was a character in one of the video games?
Yes, he's the Force Unleashed. He's
Force Unleashed.
What's his name? Starkiller.
Okay.
Like they even based the look of Starkiller off of Sam Witwer.
Yes. Is that canon?
No, it is not.
That's too bad.
Yeah, Disney killed that one. Super cool character though.
Yeah. I mean, this is kind of the next and only. Nope. Mando comes out in Is it end of May? Mandalorian movie?
Yeah, I think it is end of May. It looks so bad.
I haven't seen anything on it.
Oh man, what a sad ending to such a great start.
Yeah. I did not watch season 3. And like the stuff with Jack Black and like the clips I saw, and even how terrible whoever Doc from Back to the Future, because he had, right. I just saw the clips, and I saw it was like the black girl from Rings of Power or something was in it as well, and it's like I can't do this.
It's terrible,
and so I haven't watched it. I actually haven't watched Ahsoka Tano. Haven't watched that.
Yeah, Ahsoka's like.
Or Ahsoka, that's what it was.
Ahsoka's fine. Yeah. It's not great.
Yeah. So Maul, I'm on it.
Yeah, I'll be all over that.
And I think we'll probably, I think it'd be good.
It'll be one of those, like, I'll probably watch it first without the kids because I just don't know.
Yeah.
Some of that underworld stuff can get a little creepy and whatever. So,
yeah. No, I think I agree, because our kids will probably want to watch it. They really loved,
Rebels? Did you watch Rebels with them?
I haven't watched Rebels.
You gotta watch Rebels, man.
The one that we watched and we did the review of one.
Skeleton Crew.
Skeleton Crew.
Skeleton Crew was a lot of fun. I know a lot of people didn't love it, but I just thought it was so fun.
Oh, it really was appropriate Goonies in space. Like it was what we think of. We think Goonies was.
Yeah.
Not what it actually was.
It was a Goonies that kids can actually watch.
Yes.
Because Goonies, your kids should not watch.
Yes.
FYI, listeners.
Yes.
Don't remember the nostalgia of Goonies and throw it on for your kids, because you will regret it.
I feel like that might be a good episode sometime to go through cautionary tales. Some of those things. It's like you really shouldn't watch it.
I watched it as a kid. How bad could it be? Oh, it's terrible. Actually,
even like there's a couple times where we'll throw on a like an old Disney movie, and I know you have people who are like, oh, Disney was deplorable back then, and then you watch some of it, and it's like some of it is so subtle, and it actually is like. I'm glad this is actually at like super, super subtle, because our kids aren't actually picking up on it. But like some creep 50 years ago, thought it would be hilarious to
add this frame,
put a
whatever,
dong somewhere in there. And I mean, we even, not that it was generally terrible, but we watched with the kids. It wasn't terrible. It was generally good. Zootopia 2.
Oh, I saw the first one. I haven't seen 2.
It was fine, but then there's like jokes about threesomes and foursomes by some like beaver, and it's like, why?
That was my one complaint. I actually thought the first one was like, this could have been a pretty good movie, but then there's like a nudist colony of half-baked rhinoceroses or whatever it was. I don't know. I was like, what the heck?
Yeah, and it's just becoming, I mean, we watched David with the kids. That was safe. It's just like hard to find good new movies that we can actually watch with the kids. But anyways, this one, we'll see. So Ben, one more thing before we wrap this up. It was announced. I just saw this. Was it today? Or no, it must have been yesterday.
A day or two ago, I think.
Within the last...
If I know what you're about to say.
Within the last 48 hours, Peter Jackson announced that there's already a new Star Wars, Lord of the Rings movie in the works, being helmed by Andy Serkis himself, Gollum himself.
Andy Serkis.
Thank you. Andy Serkis he's a writer. Sorkins is a writer, and I mixed that up. You're right. Anyways, Gollum himself is doing a movie, something about Gollum.
Yeah, The Hunt for Gollum.
The Hunt for Gollum. But then Peter Jackson announced that there's going to be even more Lord of the Rings movies made. And this next project, will be written by none other, obvious choice, host of late night talk show, Stephen Colbert.
Yeah, well, he's going to be unemployed soon.
Hopefully. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully. Because, Ben Jammin, what are your thoughts on Stephen Colbert writing, now in partnership with a couple other people? He's not the sole writer.
He's writing with the what's her name? Boyega? No, that's the black guy from Star Wars. Anyway, whatever her name is, that was like the main writer for the original Peter Jackson trilogy. She's also on there to write. So what are my thoughts? Well,
no, it is Philippa Boyens is probably
Boyens,
is why you're
that's
thinking,
who it was,
and Peter McGee, Colbert's son.
Oh, I did. So he's a screenwriter. Like, he is a screenwriter already by trade. But anyway, so what are my thoughts? Well, one thought I have is that I would say everything since the original Peter Jackson trilogy has basically been Tolkien fan fiction anyway. So I don't know. Why not? That's one thought. My other thought is this is going to be so bad. So unbelievably bad.
I have seen, and I wonder if I can pull it up real quick. Our last episode that we had Marcus Pittman on, and I've seen him chatting a little bit about this, and I don't know if I can pull up any of his tweets real quick, because he was essentially saying that he is making a conscious choice to be optimistic about this, because I didn't know this when I first saw it, and I think a lot of people were like, what in the world? Like, why would Stephen Colbert?
So he's an insanely like Tolkien nerd.
Yeah. Which I didn't know.
Which is great.
Which I didn't know.
So, I mean, that is a positive. The other positive is that it is using Tolkien material, right? It's not Rings of Power, where it's like, okay, we'll give you the license to like use the Lord of the Rings vibe, but you can't actually tell a story that Tolkien ever told.
Yeah.
So they came up with their own thing, which was just...
Is that still a thing?
I think there's another season coming. I don't know.
I actually haven't heard about Rings of Power in ages.
Me neither. So at least it is, or you know what it's about, right? This new
it's like
Colbert
taking place
thing
after, like 14 years after Frodo leaving or something like that.
No, I think you read like a fake article about it, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I watched Colbert.
Oh,
sorry, I got a tickle in my throat. I watched Colbert interviewed about it, and it's 6 chapters. It's basically the 6 chapters that they skipped at the beginning of Fellowship, right? They leave the Shire, and then all of a sudden we're at the Green Dragon.
Yeah.
So it's those 6 chapters. So, but here's the thing that you know what that includes is Tom Bombadil.
Sure does.
Which that's terrifying. Because
who are they going to denigrate worse, or desecrate? Tom Bombadil or Aslan?
Oh, well, I mean, what they're doing to Aslan is literally criminal. But so the original Peter Jackson trilogy, I love. I have lots of room for that trilogy. Is it 100% faithful to the books? Absolutely not. Are the books better? Absolutely. But are those movies great? They are. They really are. And I think most of the choices Jackson made, I understand at least why he made them. As a filmmaker, you've got to make choices. I think most of the choices he made were reasonable, including getting rid of Bombadil. But now we're just going to bring him back. And how the heck are you going to, like, I don't know how you tell this story and just like insert it in between.
Like, what's the arc of that?
Right, it's like they enter the forest, they get swallowed. I mean, some of this is,
but I mean, like, as its own, like,
that's what. Yeah, so okay, so that's what I was going to say. How do you tell this as a self-contained story? It's the only thing I was trying. That's what I was trying to rack my brain. Like, if I was a storyteller, if I was a screenwriter, or whatever, how would I approach this? And the only thing I could think, well, first of all, I would make it animated. I don't know how they're going to make it live action and it not be. You're not going to have any of the original actors. They're supposed to be like 20 years old. Yeah. And
I mean, Elijah Wood somehow still looks like he's in his 20s.
Yeah. I saw,
he's like the
I'm
one.
I'm not sure that he actually destroyed the ring.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, so you can't use the original actors. So it's going to be new actors. It's just going to be very weird. So the only thing I was like, first of all, I would make it animated. Second of all, I think what I would do is I would make it Merry and Pippin telling a bunch of like, they're in the Green Dragon or at some bar in the Shire, at some tavern, whatever, and they're telling the stories of what happened. And it's like short little episodes of like, this is when we got swallowed up by an oak tree. This is when we met Tom Bombadil. This is when we met Goldberry. This is when we almost got stabbed by a Barrow Wight. And they could be funny, and they could even be like a little bit of a tall, like, you could even adjust the material a little bit because it's Merry and Pippin, and be like, that's not how it happened, Merry. This is like, I don't know. That's the only thing I could rack my brain to be like, here's how you could tell these stories and make it a complete story with a start and a middle and an end. Because it's not a complete story in and of itself.
No, unless it is set up just as like a segue, but
which would just be terrible. But like, what are you doing?
Like, how do you do that in any way? Because then the actors are different. Like, it doesn't make sense. So I don't know how they're going to do that. Like, I just have the concern of, it's Stephen Colbert, and we were talking about this before we were recording. It's like, he literally had dancing needles on his show during COVID, and it's like, I don't think you can find a bigger corporate sellout than Stephen Colbert. So
I mean, I guess, okay, so that's an obvious negative. Maybe another positive that's sort of also a negative is, like, I don't think Peter Jackson's any better of a person.
No.
And yet
none of the actors are either.
and you know, and yet they were able to make that original trilogy. And the reason they were able to do that is they were determined to stay faithful to Tolkien when they made that original trilogy. Maybe not word for word the book, but like at least faithful to the spirit of what those books were. And so Jackson's involved. Colbert's a super Tolkien nerd. The original writer's involved. Maybe it won't be terrible. But The Hobbit was terrible. Rings of Power was terrible.
I feel like we need to take bets on what is going to be most faithful to the source material, this or Harry Potter. And I'm going to be talking about that, I think, next week. I know we're releasing this week. I know the trailer for the new Harry Potter show dropped just yesterday, and people are talking about it. We're going to, Nate and I are going to be talking with Mike, Big Mike, Prison Mike.
Gruel
Mike, because he's a big Harry Potter fan, so I want his thoughts. Because even in watching that trailer,
Prison Mike's a big Harry Potter fan too. The Dementors, they're everywhere.
That's right. It's perfect. All right, Prison Mike. So, because there's things in that, even as like you're watching the trailer, and I mean, I don't want to get too much into it because we're going to go in much more detail about it, but there's things there where it's like, okay, you're clearly, I mean, we talked about this before, the black Snape, the little,
it's just so
not the Hermione girl, the actress is black. She looks like she's white. What is actually the way
I don't know.
you call a half black kid?
Ethnically diverse.
Sure. Yeah. She's halfsies. whatever that is. But anyways, like, so they're obviously changing stuff there, and it just makes me really nervous. But we'll talk more about that. But it'll be interesting to see if Stephen Colbert is more faithful to the books than J.K. Rowling is to her own books. That'd be pretty funny, because she is actually like executive producing the show. It's like nothing is happening really without her stamp of approval. I don't know if she has the same kind of control as like Brandon Sanderson has with his Apple project that he's doing. I don't know if we've even talked about that.
I don't think we have on air. It certainly sounds interesting.
Because
when did the Harry Potter movies come out?
2001, I think.
So they were literally contemporary with the Lord of the Rings movies coming out then.
They would have been,
which is pretty crazy. Like I'd be kind of upset right now if they were doing a Lord of the Rings remake.
I don't like that they're doing this. I think it's too soon.
Yeah, it's very soon.
I mean, we will talk all about that in our episode about it.
Sorry.
But yes, too soon. Like the fact that the actors who played the kids are still like
around,
not old.
Yeah. Like
they're not old.
Are still young adults,
right? Like they couldn't even really play Harry's parents yet,
right?
And yet here we are doing a remake now. Based on the trailer, it actually looks really good.
Yeah.
Like the actual aesthetic and the set design and everything, they're actually doing what looks like a good job.
Okay, I'm not going to be on this episode talking Harry Potter, so I just have one complaint about the aesthetic.
Okay.
Why are we not allowed to have color anymore?
It's very dark and moody.
It's all dark and candlelit and moody, and it's like, where did the color go?
Yeah.
Why can't we just enjoy life a little?
Not that I didn't watch Game of Thrones, but like the set design clearly was taking influence.
Yeah, it's like the
textures of the wood.
It's set in some like Nordic crime drama or something.
But it like aesthetically, some of the casting looks pretty good.
Yeah.
Some of it I didn't like as
Big Black Snape's fan, eh?
Yeah, great casting. But she did it. And it's just funny how somebody who is like very publicly anti-woke in some ways is yet now just like completely ruining her own source material in the name of wokeness. But anyways, we'll get into that conversation. It'll be a much more in-depth Harry Potter conversation next week.
Admittedly, not a Harry Potter guy over here anyway.
Yeah, so. I mean, I don't even think Nate really is, but he's going to be there.
Yeah.
Michael and I are big Harry Potter fans, and so I'm looking forward to talking about that, because Harry Potter is my favorite franchise. It's not because it's the best franchise. It's not the best world. I just
grew up with it.
I love it. It is. And now that Claire is obsessed with it, she very much wants to come on the podcast to talk about it. So we'll see if we can make that work. Get the thoughts of a 9-year-old on Harry Potter. She's really liking it. So anyways, well, Ben Jammin, I think that's all we got for today.
That sounds great.
Thank you for joining. Listeners, thank you, as always, for your listening, your support. Thanks for just being a nerd.
See you in another 6 months.
Yeah, no, stop it. Stop it. No, next week we will be back, and we still have a few other episodes and people that we're trying to get on the show, and we'll do our best. We're trying to get on a better cadence of things. So
loving this in studio thing.
I know, this is great.
Can make this regular.
Honestly, this is so much better. Doing it online sucks so much.
Yes.
Like I hate it, but it is what it is. And it's just, I think if we can make it work to be in person, it is infinitely better. We even found that when we did that episode with Chris and Nate at the church. Only problem is
the audio was terrible.
The recording was dreadful. And I guess we're going to find out about this one too.
Yeah, TBD.
Let's see how our recording software in my office works. But anyways, listeners, thank you. Again, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for listening. Go check us out on all of the platforms where you can either listen or watch. Come check us out on Patreon. Join our Discord. We have a lot of fun over there.
Rate, comment, share.
Do all
those
the
other
things. And, every little bit helps.
Yeah.
And so, you know what? If you want to see more episodes, pay us. Yeah. That'd be great.
Come play SWU with us.
Yeah, we'd love it. We can do that online. Come to Ontario, hang out. We'd love it. We'd love to meet you. So anyways, listeners, thank you again. Until next time, stay nerdy.